Madam Speaker, ako po ay tumatayo upang maglahad ng isang solusyon sa overpricing ng mga proyekto ng DPWH. Itigil ang biding-bidingan sa pamamagitan ng pag-rebid ng DPWH ng mga proyekto hindi sapat ang ibinaba ng presyo sa bidding. Mula pa noong Setyembre, nanawagan po ako sa DPWH na i-recompute at pababain ang mga presyo ng kanilang mga proyekto sa budget. Isa ito sa mga rekomendasyon na ibinigay sa akin ni dating DPWH Secretary Babe Singson na noong panahon ng administrasyon ni Pangulong Benigno Aquino ay nagpatupad ng across-the-board 10% cut sa presyo ng mga proyekto ng DPWH. Ang isa pa niyang solusyon ang pag-rebid ng mga proyekto kung saan ang resulta ng bidding ay hindi man lang 10% na mas mababa kaysa sa approved budget for the contract o ABC. Ang dahilan ng overpricing sa mga proyekto ng DPWH ay ang lutuan ng mga bidding. Sa Batangas, ang tawag dito ay bidding-biddingan. Ayon sa lahat ng aking mga nakausap tungkol dito sa unang distrito ng Batangas, halos lahat ng mga proyekto ng DPWH ay bidding-biddingan. Hindi tunay ang mga bidding ng mga proyekto ng DPWH. Naranasan ko ito mismo dahil nung ako po ay bagong halal, kinausap ako ng aking district engineer at ipinakita niya sa akin ang listahan ng mga proyektong for bidding sa aking distrito na may nakasulat na mga pangalan ng mga politikong nagpapondo ng mga proyektong ito at mga kontraktor na kanilang pinili. Ang dokumentong ito ay maaari kong isumite sa Kongreso at maaaring maging bahagi ng isang inquiry ng Committee of Public Works and Highways. Ito ay tugma sa naging testimonya naman ni dating Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo na nagsabing halos 100% ng bidding sa DPWH ay luto at mga nananalong kontraktor ay pinipili kasama ng mga natatalong mga bidder. Maging ang ombudsman ay nagpahayag na sila ay nag-iimbestiga sa practice kung saan ang mga losing bidders ay umano'y binabayaran ng humigit kumulang 3% na bahagi ng DPWH contractors sa mga kontrata na tawag sa Batangas ay mananahod. Naging posible ang ganitong sistema dahil kailangan ma-pre-qualify ang mga bidder ng district or regional office ng DPWH at maaaring humanap ang DPWH ng butas sa napakaraming mga dokumento upang i-disqualify ang isang bidder. At kahit manalo pa isang kontraktor, maaari pa rin silang pahirapan sa implementasyon ng proyekto o sa paniningil sa bayad nito. Kaya dahil dito, alam ng ibang mga kontraktor na wala silang pag-asang manalo kung hindi sila ang piniling manalo at madalas ay hindi na lang sila bumibili ng bidding documents. Maraming mga posibleng solusyon upang tuluyang wakasan ang bid rigging sa DPWH. Isa rito ang reforma sa bidding process kung saan unang isusumite ng mga bidder ang kanilang presyo at saka na lang gagawin ang post-qualification. Sa ganitong paraan, kahit ma-disqualify ang isang bidder, makikita pa rin kung gaano kababa ang kanilang bid na maaaring maging batayan kung nararapat na suriin o ulitin ang resulta ng bidding. Isa pang solusyon batay sa testimonya ni dating Undersecretary Bernardo ay ang pag-auction ng mga proyekto upang maiwasan ang sabwatan o collusion ng mga kontraktor at mapilitan silang magbigay ng pababa na presyo. sa gitna ng lahat ng pagsisikap na pababain ang presyo ng mga proyekto ng DPWH, at kung isaalang-alang na kumulang 600 billion ang halaga ng mga proyekto na ibibid ng DPWH sa 2026, umaasa po ako na sa susunod na pagdinig ng Committee on Public Works ay matalakay natin ang iba't ibang solusyon upang wakasan ang bid rigging sa DPWH. Kasabay rito, umaasa rin ako na gagawin ni DPWH Secretary Vince Dizon ang ginawa noon ni Secretary Babe Singson na ipa-rebid ang mga bidding na hindi sapat ang ibinabang presyo mula sa Approved Budget for Contract o ABC. Sa pribadong sektor, kung ano ang ABC mo, hindi ibig sabihin yan ang gagastusin mo. Kung 600 man ang ABC, kung pakiramdam mo ay hindi ka nakakakuha ng tamang presyo, i-rebid mo ang proyekto. Kung sariling pera mo naman ito, makikipagtawaran ka pa para makakuha ng 30% na mas mababa o 420 sa 600 pesos o kahit 10% na mas mababa pa o 540 sa 600 pesos. Kaya ang punto ko, kaya ko nais na ibahagi itong solusyon ngayong araw na ito. Nasa kapangyarihan ng Secretary ng DPWH ang mag-rebid ng mga proyektong hindi sapat ang ibinabang presyo mula sa Approved Budget for Contract o ABC. Nasa kapangyarihan din ng Kongreso na i-audit ang resulta ng mga bidding sa DPWH at gampanan ang ating oversight function. At ako po ay nagvo-volunteer sa Committee on Public Works para tumulong sa oversight function ng Kongreso sa lahat ng mga bidding ng DPWH sa buong bansa upang matiyak natin na walang pera ng taong bayan ang mawawala sa lutong bidding o bidding-biddingan sa DPWH. Maraming salamat po.
Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move to refer the speech of Representative Leviste to the Committee on Rules for its appropriate action.
Any objection? Hearing none, the speech of the Honorable Leviste is referred to the Committee on Rules. Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, there being no other member who wishes to avail of the privilege hour, I move to close the privilege hour.
Any objection? Hearing none, the privilege hour is hereby terminated. Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, under the business for the day, may I move that we consider House Bill number 6707 as contained under committee report number 43. And may I request, Madam Speaker, that we direct Secretary General to read the title of the measure.
Any objection? Hearing none, the Secretary General is hereby directed to read the title of House Bill 6707.
House Bill number 6707, an act promoting transparent governance and instituting anti-corruption mechanisms in the operation of banks, amending for the purpose Republic Act number 1405, entitled An Act Prohibiting Disclosure of or Inquiry into Deposits with any banking institution and providing penalty therefore.
Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move that we open the period of sponsorship and debate.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the period of sponsorship and debate is hereby opened, and the Honorable Erwin Cheng is hereby recognized to sponsor said measure.
Madam Speaker, good afternoon. Thank you. In behalf of the Committee on Banks and Financial Intermediaries, I'm proud to sponsor House Bill 6707 under Committee Report number 43. In the interest of brevity, may I respectfully move that the explanatory note of the House Bill 007 of the original bill will be adopted as my sponsorship speech, Madam Speaker.
Any objection? Hearing none, the explanatory note of the proposed measure is hereby adopted.
Also, I would like to make two manifestations, if I may. May I respectfully manifest the sponsored speech of Representative J.J. Romualdo be adopted and read into the record as his sponsorship speech for House Bill 3206, which has been consolidated and substituted by this House Bill. And another manifestation regarding additional co-authors, namely Representative Agata Paula Agay Aguilar Cruz Reyes of the 5th District of Bulacan and Representative Laila M. De Lima of Party List Mamayang Liberal.
An objection? Hearing none, the privilege, the sponsorship speech of the Honorable J.J. Romualdo is hereby inserted into the records as part of the sponsorship speech.
Madam Speaker, I move that
Majority Leader.
we adopt the sponsorship speech of the said authors, Your Honor, Madam Speaker.
Any objection? Hearing none, the members of the House mentioned, as well as the other members present who are interested, are hereby made co-authors of said measure. Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move to suspend consideration of House Bill 6707.
Any objection? Consideration of House Bill 6707 is hereby suspended.
Madam Speaker, I move to consider House Bill number 6789 as contained in Committee Report number 47. And for this purpose, may I request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill.
The Secretary General is hereby directed to read the title of House Bill 6789.
House Bill number 6789, an act establishing the national framework for water resource management and creating the Department of Water Resources and the Water Regulatory Commission, defining their mandates, powers, and functions, and appropriating funds therefore.
Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move to open the period of sponsorship and debate, and that the chairperson of the committee on the sponsor to be recognized to begin the sponsorship of the measure.
The Honorable
Move to suspend.
Session suspended.
Madam Speaker, I move to recognize the gentleman from the 1st District of Surigao del Sur, Representative Romeo S. Momo Sr., to sponsor the measure. Madam Speaker.
An objection? Hearing none, the Honorable Romeo Momo Sr. of the 1st District of Surigao del Sur is hereby recognized to sponsor House Bill 6789.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, Your Honors, the United Nations General Assembly, recognizing the right to access water and sanitation as a basic human right, obliged government to ensure that people can enjoy clean, available, acceptable, accessible, and affordable water and sanitation. This bill, House Bill 6789, entitled the National Water Resource Management Act, seeks to address the absence of a lead agency in the water sector by establishing two key institutions, the Department of Water Resources and the Water Regulatory Commission. The Department of Water Resources, or DWR, shall serve as a central policy-making, planning, coordinating, implementing, and monitoring agency for the water sector. It will oversee the integrated and sustainable management of the country's water resources and ensure their equitable and optimal use, with the ultimate goal of achieving universal access to safe, adequate, affordable water supply, sanitation, and sewage services. The Water Regulatory Commission, or WRC, which is an independent quasi-judicial body, will rationalize the economic and administrative regulation of water utilities. Its powers will include setting policy for water supply, sewerage and septage management, issuing licenses, approving and reviewing rates, reviewing and suspending contracts, initiating investigations, and revoking issuances and memoranda that do not align with the Commission's mandate. Most importantly, it will ensure that customer welfare is prioritized. It is high time to create these two bodies responsible in the overall management of water resources in the country. Through the WRC, our country can finally possess a primary body responsible for ensuring the sustainable management of water in the country. This approval, thus the approval of House Bill 6789, is earnestly sought by dear colleagues. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move to also recognize the gentleman from the 6th District of Bulacan, Representative Salvador A. Plato, for his sponsorship speech.
The Honorable Salvador Plato of the 6th District of Bulacan is hereby recognized for his sponsorship speech.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen of this august body. As co-chairman and chairman of the government organization, I rise to sponsor House Bill 6789, entitled An Act Creating the Department of Water Resources and the Water Regulatory Commission, defining its powers and functions and appropriating funds therefore. We are an archipelago surrounded by water. We are visited by typhoons that bring torrents of rain, and yet millions of our countrymen turn on your faucets with minimal water flow. Worse, none at all. Farmers watch their fields crack under the heat of El Nino, while urban dwellers line up for hours just to fill a pail with water that may not even be safe to drink. Currently, the management of our water resources is scattered across around 30 different agencies, offices, and bureaus. We have separate bodies for irrigation, for potable water, for flood control, for sanitation, and for watershed management. This has led to overlapping mandates, conflicting policies, and disjointed planning. It is a system designed for confusion, not for solutions. While our bureaucracy fights over jurisdiction, our people fight for water. Madam Speaker, the bill before us aims to end chaos by creating the Department of Water Resources and the Water Regulatory Commission. This agency will be responsible for the integrated planning, policy formulation, and the management of the country's water resources, including ownership, utilization, development, and conservation. This bill consolidates the functions of key agencies, such as the National Water Resources Board, and absorbs the policy-making and planning functions of others. In closing, Madam Speaker, water is life. It is the currency of our survival. We have studied this problem for decades. We have held countless hearings. The experts agree, the stakeholders agree, and the executive supports this. It is up to us, the representatives of the people, to act. I earnestly seek the support of this chamber for the immediate passage of the consulted bill creating the Department of Water Resources and the Water Regulatory Commission. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move to recognize the lady from Party List Kabataan, Representative Rene Luis Emco, to interpolate the sponsor.
The Honorable Rene Luis Co is hereby recognized for her interpellation.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and good evening to our distinguished sponsors that is finally responding to the urgent necessity of aligning the policies that deal with the water resources of our country. This representation is also recognizing the spirit behind this law, which is to reconcile the different agencies handling many various parts of water resource management, and hindi naman po essentially hindi po nakakapag-usap-usap yung iba't ibang ahensya tungkol sa paano po mag-manage nito. Meron lang po siguro akong 3 tanong in relation dito sa bill na on the floor at this moment. Kita po natin dito sa section 8T na meron pong magiging multi-sectoral stakeholder council na may representatives from all water sector, including vulnerable and indigenous communities. Pwede po bang madetalye sino pong ini-envision na magiging bahagi ng water multi-sectoral stakeholder council? Ilan po ang member na tinitignan? And ang mention lang po dito ay representatives from all water sector. So, sino po sila?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Madam Speaker, actually, right now, wala ho kaming numbers of how many are members of this committee. I think the IRR of this particular House bill or this particular law later on when approved will determine how many of will compose this particular body, no? But definitely, if the source of this water comes from the indigenous communities, there should always be a member of the community who will also a member of this particular body. And all other community-based organizations, among all others.
Napansin nga po natin na may pagtangi sa vulnerable and indigenous communities. At meron po bang tinitignan na porsyento nila na magiging miyembro ng Multi-Sectoral Stakeholder Council? Ang experience po natin, Madam Speaker, sa representation ng mga vulnerable, marginalized sectors, or even yung majority, yung sectors in these kinds of councils ay minorya sila. At kung may gagawin pong desisyon na titindigan nila na hindi po makakabenepisyo yung mga sektor nila, madali pong na-overturn ang mga nagiging stances nila. Meron po ba tayong number as to percentage?
Well, so far right now, Madam Speaker, wala pa rin tayong numbers as to how many percent will constitute, for example, the indigenous people who are representative to this particular body. But again, the IRR will determine later.